Okay, so hopefully today will be the day that we get this thing put back together and it is running. I got all my parts that I hopefully need unless I break something else off getting it together here. So we'll start with chain brake here. So if you look at, where are we looking here? Right here, this little nub here is broke off, and I don't know exactly how that works, but it must have something to do with this spring. I'm assuming it probably keeps that spring in there somehow, maybe, or no, probably one on each side. It's probably like that to keep the spring. And somehow when I was operating the actual lever, I ended up breaking it off. So I got my new piece here, which is a slightly different orange, which I'm completely okay with. You can see here's the little plastic nub that is missing on this one. So as far as I know, I don't think there's any springs or anything like that underneath here, so hopefully when I pull out these couple of torque screws here, oops, I need to back up, I'm zoomed in too far. These couple of torque screws here, it goes back together without any issue. You can see too, I put some grease on this gear. I went kind of stupid with the grease yesterday and greased up the bar pretty good. The bar, I had that thing spinning yesterday with the compressed air, so the sprocket on the end, so I'm pretty sure that I got that straight enough that that's going to work just fine. So yeah, we'll do some time lapse here and we'll see what happens. Alright, so you can see there, I got it all off, and that's kind of what it looks like. So all I'm going to do is put this piece on top. It's just amazing to me when you start taking stuff apart like this, or this chainsaw I should say, that you find sawdust everywhere in this saw. Spots that I would never think you could even get to, and there it is. There's sawdust behind this cover here. It's like it just packs itself everywhere. Wherever it can get in, it's just packed in there. And you think like, oh, I'm using compressed air, I'm blowing this thing out, I got it all. Nope. It's definitely all over here. So, alright, we'll go back to time lapse here. I'll get this put back together and then I'll probably do the rest of it here non-time lapsed. Oops. There we go. Okay, so we got that back on. Now, this is the part that makes me nervous here because I really don't want to break this again. So, like I said, it's hard to tell on the parts diagram, and I don't have like a workshop manual or anything like that, but I am assuming that this spring must sit in there like that. Like that's the reason for those keepers. If that looks... Oops. There we go. That's what it's there for. Oops, is that? Oh, there we go. That's what the problem was. Okay, so, and then when you put this on, and I wish I remembered which way, so there's a tab in here as well inside your actual lever part, and then the back side here is kind of notched out, so once you get it to this point, because it fits pretty snug here, you can slide it over. So, I don't know. I'm just gonna try it and see what happens, I guess, and hopefully not break anything here. So this needs to. So this should slide over. See, the problem is I don't know where that spring needs to be on those tabs. I know that the black lever part there has to go in between that little groove. This part here needs to come out to go on, which is dumb. Alright. Oh yeah, okay, so I see exactly what I did last time. I'm going to show you. I don't know that you'll ever end up doing this, but just so you can kind of see. So if you're looking there, so now I have it on, the other side is on, and you can see this black tab here. Oops. The black tab from the lever is on the wrong side of that orange tab, so if I pull this back, actually no, actually it's not on there yet, but if I pull that back, if I put that screw on the way it is with it forward and pull this back, I'll snap oops, I'll snap that tab right off. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened last time. So you just got to make sure you get this little black tab, I'm assuming, on top here. So let me set the camera back up here and let me see if I can get it together. Okay, so what I did was I set the actual chain brake lever back and then I could get it on. I don't know if it's right though. Still looking at this, something to me doesn't seem quite right. It can only go on so many ways though. That's the thing that kind of baffles me here. I don't know. I don't recall either how it worked anymore, but you know, if you can see it or not. Probably not. Well, anyway, that spring that's down in here, I got that. That is on this side of that black tab, so no, so that would be chain brake on. That seems right, and then that would be when it would be off. I don't know. To me, that just doesn't. I guess that could be right because there is the spring is pulling it back like it's supposed to, and then the spring is on. So maybe that is right. I know the other saw, that other Echo saw I have, it's got the same type of, oops, back that up. So that would be chain brake on, that would be off, and it's got that little bit of play, and I guess that's right because the spring is pulling it back forward again. I don't know, maybe that tab really didn't matter. I don't remember how much play there was in there, but no, I don't know, we'll see. We'll check it out once we get back together, but that's that part. Next part here is I'm going to throw the handle on here. Okay, so these little pieces here, these are the pieces that go inside the actual handle. That's this part here, and this is the newly handle. Here's the old one. Let's see. So you can tell I was on the right path here. I had it close, well, sort of. You can see it was off still a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. For what a new handle is, I mean, if you get it to work, that's great, and if not, well, so be it, I guess. Okay, and then these can only go in one way, so and just kind of push in. Ow! They just got like a little plastic friction fit here, and then it's. Well, this one I guess you could go either way, but there probably is only one correct way, which is going to be, if you look at it, you got these holes. Oh man, it's hard to see. There you go. And then these are just flat, so these kind of recessed holes are going to be going with the recessed on the handle, like that. And then I'll throw it in time lapse here. So where we're making the connection is going to be here and then underneath the saw. So, all right, let's do this. All right, that does not look bad at all. Oh, does this feel good to be able to hold this saw like this and it feel right. So obviously, first couple times I use this thing, you're definitely going to want to probably check to make sure nothing's loose or backing out, but I think I got it where it needs to be. So I think we're to the point where we can get the chain put on and the bar. So, and I did clean like I said, the chain with gas, and then I cleaned out the gas with brake clean or degreaser, so that should be good. And other than that, I did open up the gap a little bit at the bottom on the chain down here, just because, or on the bar I should say, because like I said, that sprocket was kind of binding up. But oh yes, 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 yes. We are making progress here. All right, so let me grab the chain and I'll get us set back up again. All right, so let's get this chain put on here. It's always good too to make sure you put the chain on the right way. If you put it on backwards, your saw won't cut as well. So make sure you got the teeth going the correct way. I can honestly say I've never run a saw with the chain on the wrong way. I'm not going to say I haven't put it on and realized before I used it, but am I going to have to, should be, there we go. Oh, wonderful. Let's get that in the groove here. And this chain is not that old. I want to say this chain is, I just put it on before the unfortunate incident here, so it's definitely not that old. Are we in here? What's the deal? Oh. There's that groove here. There we go. A little snug there. Alright. Now we need our cover. I have no idea where this cover is adjusted to either. I think it's still adjusted tight. So we'll back that off just a little bit here. Let's see that. That doesn't look too bad. Okay, so let me get everything here put back together and then we'll come back. Alright, so I got everything on. Seems like the chain I got, it's pretty snug, but I mean, I don't know, maybe that's just 24-inch bar that you can get a lot of play in that chain. I don't know much more. I suppose I got quite a bit of adjustment yet left. It just seems like there's a lot. That I've used a lot of it already. So, alright, so, the other thing is the oil cap came in the other day and I threw that on. It wasn't that big of a deal. That's right here, the oil cap. I did fill it up with oil. I filled it up with gas. It's been filled up like that for, I don't know, at least a day. And I did that too just because this oil tank, if you can see it here, there's a seam. Well, you probably can't see that. You probably still can't see it. And well, you're not seeing anything. Okay, you can see it's a two-piece oil tank. It's split. So I thought maybe from like the weight of that big giant 24-inch or 26-inch oak log falling down on this, that maybe it would have goofed something up with the gasket here, but it appears that it hasn't. None of the oil has leaked out, and I would assume if that oil is going to leak, it would leak in here because I got it about 60 degrees in here right now. So we'll try firing it up. I'll get the camera set up and we'll see how many times. It's going to obviously take quite a few pulls because everything was dry. There was no fuel in anything. So, and I'll have to kind of prime all the lines. And we'll see how it runs, and then we'll check to make sure it's slinging oil and all that good stuff. Alright, moment of truth, here we go. No teasers. I think we're on, right? Yeah, it should be up, should be on. Choked. Let's see what happens. Ooh, that's a good sign. Third pull, huh? looks like it's good. When I was checking there at the end to make sure that it was slinging oil, it was dropping it pretty good all over the ground. And then I got a real fine mist coming out the end of the bar, so it's doing what it should be. Woo, it smells like 2-cycle in here. I don't know about you, but that thing sounds amazing. This whole thing looks pretty good to me. So went from thinking that I may need to buy a new saw to getting this one fixed. I don't even know what I got in parts. The last bunch of parts I got here, which was the handle, those 2 little plastic pieces, and then that chain brake cover thing they call. With shipping, it was 81 bucks. And I know I had, like this part here, I want to say was, I don't even know, like 60 or 70. So I would say there's at least 150 bucks in parts in it, but it is what it is. Obviously, it would be nothing otherwise. It would be unusable. So it'll be nice. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to get out to the woods this weekend or not. Right now, it's almost 50 degrees outside in January in Wisconsin. So I actually opened up all the windows on the house just to get some of the dry air out and to get some humid air in the house to kind of undry the house, because the house is pretty dry at this point. So yeah, it's back together again, huh? Not bad. Oh, that's wonderful. I can actually sleep at night now. So, all right, well, that's going to be it for now till we get this thing out to the woods. Oh, that is just wonderful. All right.